Alright, let's get everything together here. It's all fine. I've stacked enough fruit. Probably 2 hours in the past 12. I'm gonna get my life in order here. I think Nightbot is gonna actually be more strict on you if you keep abusing it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying the Nightbot shouldn't... I'm not saying the Nightbot should be partial, but Nightbot is indeed partial. It's just the way it's gonna go. I still need the sword. Anyway, how you guys doing? Okay, spear, sword are both at 5 now. Welcome, the Emperor awaits you. I was so ready to go to bed at a reasonable time. The Bow of Hope? The Rainbow of Hope? Welcome, the Emperor awaits you. The Trumpet of Glory? The Rusty Trombone of Munificence? I was so ready to go to bed at a reasonable hour last night. I was like, oh, it's 10:30, I've uninstalled League of Legends, life is really good. And then boom, fruit stacking. An hour gone. Wake up this morning at like 7:15, like, I swear to God, I should start going to bed at 8 o'clock. It gets dark at 5 something. It means I'm awake for like 7 hours in the dark. So you just never wake up refreshed. Why don't you tell your grandma to use one of your like weird herbal medicine solutions with like fucking cloves and reptile eggs and like skin flakes from a shaman? Huh? Where is everybody? Where did I come across that game? On one of the off days of League of Legends, Kadril played it for 8.5 hours, basically in complete silence, slouching in his chair, and I happened to pop in the stream. I'm like, this game looks great. Welcome, the Emperor awaits you. Welcome, the Emperor awaits you. But the Nintendo Switch version is way better. Reptile eggs? Yeah, it's your own eggs. The coolest thing I ever read in my life was how I read the book Jurassic Park, and in Jurassic Park they make every single dinosaur a female so they can't breed, but since they use amphibian DNA to like fill in some of the missing DNA strands in the dinosaurs develop the ability to change genders if there was all females in a tribe in order to be able to start making eggs. And so the raptors start making eggs because they like, one of them was able to turn from female to male. It's like the craziest thing ever. That book is so good. We crushed the Resistance and the Mana Knight. Pipe down. Trapped. Jurassic Park is still like one of the most fun books ever read. So that didn't work? If your grandma was American, they would have given her statins for the rest of her life. Quiet, so you want out, huh? Let everybody out. Relax, wait your turn. They're gonna push me in the pit? Ooh, I finally got a Gloves Orb. Why is OBS disconnected? Alright, we're back? No? I mean, at least I'm recording. Reconnection successful. Let's go. Alright, we're back. Okay, so what are you weak to here? I gotta bust out my magic whenever possible. And considering he wants to go to the military, that was brilliant. Does he have amphibian DNA into his genetic modification? It's kind of like jail, you know what I mean? They don't go totally female, but you know. Someone has to get, you know, someone has to be the receiving end of the intercourse. Okay, good. No amphibian in you? I forgot to read what he's weak to. Alright. I forgot to read what he was weak to. So I was gonna bust some magic in this dude. One of each. Okay, not very good. I don't got that bitch in me. Or that amphibian. This game's boss fights are so bad. You spend like 30 seconds charging up a super attack. Do this, and then it doesn't even do damage. Look, just totally misses. No one does anything. It's so dumb. I think the music is so good in this game. I actually think that, like, look at this, it's so bad. I actually think that, like, modern video game music is, like, a little bit too boring. Some of them are really good. Like, a lot of times they just do sort of, like, bland cinematic music. Whereas, like, if you're making this game, or you're making, like, an old school game, you're, like, you have to be half a programmer and half a music composer. You're, like, trying to find new sounds and, like, samples and, like, get all these new sound effects and, like, filters out of the music. It's actually really impressive. A lot of them are really, like, high-pitched and annoying. But, like, have you ever heard of a game called Streets of Rage? Sid? Streets of Rage, the guy was, like, honestly, he was, like, half of, like, a music composer and, like, half of, like, a fucking DJ. He made such good music. Streets of Rage 2 soundtrack. Alright, what's a classic here? It's like such like a... It's so 90s, but it sounds so good. Look at this. Look at this animation. It's like a wrestler. Watch the dance emotes fan in. You're gonna get in trouble again. This guy was like a club DJ. He's still going. He still works. All right, let's wait for the breakdown. Oh, what'd you do this time? Go, you got beat down. Nightbot's like a prison guard. Flacon 2 trash, X8. You're a maniac. You are a fucking maniac. Listen to this. It's so insane. Beating up girls wearing miniskirts and like latex bras in a nightclub. How can you leave when the music is this good? Yeah. God damn. Hmm. 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 Oh. Ooh. That kid is like 12. Alright, it's a fucking jam. Love it. Alright, where was I? Back on track here. I went this way by accident. I should try the other way first. Anytime you do a big jump like this, it's always like a little bit binding. Anything up here? Nothing? Alright. Okay, do the old loop-de-loop here for the chest. I'm caked up. I'm truly caked up. Oh. Whoa. What am I using the strong guy for? Who needs that? Okay, what level is my spear here? Still going? Alright. Okay, free our buddies. Hey, Chrissy. Thanks, soldiers went for help. Let's get out of here. You guys good? That was incredible. Yeah. Listen to that slap bass. Hmm. I actually had a really cozy night last night. Like some TFT and League. Listening to like this guy named Madular, who makes these like 2 to 3 hour YouTube retrospectives. I watched them on Kingsfield. I didn't know anything about Kingsfield at all, but it was basically the first games that From Software ever did. And it's like 4 straight games that are like first person dungeon crawlers that actually like, definitely you can see the way that are turned, like how they went from those games into like Demon Souls and Dark Souls. And like, it looks horrible, I would never want to play it, but it's still like, there's a lot of cool parts to it. It was like one of the first Kingsfield game was one of like the first 10 games ever on the PlayStation. It looks so horrible and like punishing, but like a lot of the stuff that made Dark Souls really good later, like some classic weapons and like the way that like all the maps kind of like merged with each other, they eventually did with Kingsfield. So I had a good time watching that. I like that guy. He's like a bearded Canadian who is like just typically pretty funny. I'm a big fan. But all his videos are like 3.5 hours on some random 1990s game. So sometimes if you don't know anything about the game, it's a hard commitment. These guys are sick. These ninjas are one of the first guys that are actually quite dangerous in this game. And if I recall correctly, some of them have pretty good drops. Look at this guy. Look at this coward. And I have to say also, I'm very happy with the hour that you're up this morning. Good for you. What a champ. Anything over there on the left? Is this thing on? Do you? Is this even considered a beard? Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with myself. I would never wear a goatee because goatees are really fucking weird. But it's really what I got. Like the part that's here down to like here is the only part that's good. The cheeks, I'll never have a full beard unless I go on testosterone or something. But if I didn't think it was the grossest thing in the world, I would just go goatee. But who uses a goatee? Honestly, IRL, nobody. You had to get up to take your steroids? I mean, yeah, me and that guy would hang out. Me and that guy would be great friends. Ooh, 284. Get fucked, bud. Where is this damage coming from? Delicious. Do you have to pee more? Do you feel like you have energy? Are you like my bulldog when my bulldog got steroids? The next game I'm gonna play is the sequel to this game, and like going by like the SNES Drunk like video on the game, there's 6 different characters, like basically 3 magic users and like 3 melee guys, and his advice basically is to not have a balance party like you would in many games, but to just basically go all in a one thing, either like magic attack or like heavy melee. So I'm gonna take that advice because all my favorite characters in that game are all like just the big brawny dudes. I'm just like, yes, I can't wait. I'm gonna take Hawk, Kevin, and Duran. So I'm gonna have a Wolfman, a Thief, and like a standard swordsman. I'm gonna turn the standard swordsman into sort of like a holy paladin. I'm gonna turn the Thief into like a dark ninja. And the Wolfman is just gonna go all out. And it's gonna be easy. Games like this, do you want to pause all the time to use magic? No. You just want to run around just bashing skulls. I can't wait. I told you why, because that's what it did to my English bulldog. He sprinted around when we went on walks for the only time in his entire life, and like, I swear to God, if you picked him up to take him outside, he would pee. He was like, it was all going through the system. The body's probably trying to like flush the steroids or something. I don't know. What you gotta do is start salting your water to make sure that you're more hydrated without having to drink as much liquid. Oh, sorry, I was probably just asphyxiating. Lately, I've been like, on really, really cold mornings, if I want to have like a cozy Saturday, I'll light a fire. And I have a fan that like wicks the air through the chimney and not in the house. But like I still notice that like there's some degree of like fucking ash debris in my like throat and chest as I'm doing it. Oh wait, I'm supposed to hit this thing. Hit this thing. What's going on here? Why is this working? Okay, it worked? Okay, good. What's this over here? Ow. I really noticed, like in the past like 6 months or 8 months, whenever I have water, I always, before bed, the last thing I do is I pour myself a very tall glass of water, and I put like a pinch of sea salt in it, and then I put like a very, very heavy pinch of magnesium chloride in it. And then when I wake up in the morning, it's the first thing I drink. And like, you rehydrate instantly, and like you pee a bunch then, like you you're basically rehydrated for the entire day. It's so good. It's like the best possible thing to do when I first wake up. Now I reclaim my honor. Yeah, Anne's on her fitness. Anne's on her fitness arc. She's about to get jacked. This guy again. This fucking guy. And when was the first time, when was like the time in your life you were in the best shape? Okay, what weapon do I need to use in this guy? He's gonna steal the spear? Yeah, he's gonna steal the spear. Well, we're gonna level up here. Doing great. Look at this drift he's doing. Look at that sick drift. It's like me playing Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was really hard to give up. But now that I gave it up, I'm kind of fine with it. But like as I was playing it, that was a really hard game to drop. Is all my mana? Let's get a heal in here just to stay equitable. Nice! I watched like a Stavros YouTube short about that. He's like, you don't, he's like, oh, because he's talking to a guy who's plumping up. And the reason he's plumping up and eating all that ice cream is because he's now in a relationship. And so Stavros is like, yeah, finally time to let yourself go. He's like, well, whatever, you don't study after the test. That was such a good joke. Well, sure, I'm plumping up now that I'm in a relationship. You don't study after the test. That's so good. Oh my god. This guy's speeding up. I don't like that. Hit him. There you go. Easy peasy. I kind of know what that's like, though. I always feel like every single time I get into a relationship, it's because like I had like spiked in physical fitness, so therefore attractiveness. Like it's like clockwork. I'm not someone who minds being single. There's always like the period where it always coincides. A new relationship always coincides with like a period where I had like got myself in better physical shape. I'm gonna burn up this whole place. Here is a sick moment. We're finished. I don't know. I don't know how much meth costs. What's that sound? Hello? That's truffle. I don't know how much meth costs, but my dad, who is a historically very depressed person, asked me to find him ketamine. But I don't really know how to do that. You have to get like a medical prescription, I think. You can get ketamine for depression, but I'm not sure how to get it illicitly. Am I too late? Do you want to know how I came here? By Flamey, he grew like a weed and started to fly. $11 for a gram of meth. That sounds about right. I would have guessed that. I think meth is like worse than heroin for like if you take it, it like totally changes your chemistry and you're always gonna regret taking it. I even have a friend who had like a meth habit in his 20s who now he's like, there's no point in doing any other drug. He doesn't do it anymore, but like I think apparently the high is so strong that it like spoils every other drug with you. Here we go. And now we got a video game, fellers. Wait, how do I raise it? A is how I raise it? Is this Matango? Is this Matango? What's this? This is Matango, right? Nice. Hey, bud. How do you like riding Flamey? When you get lost up there, use the special powers. Press start to see the map. That's the special powers. LR changes modes. You'll find the lofty mountains to the southwest, which you seek is there. Visit me again, okay? Okay, so we spend a lot of money on equipment, but we'll never have to do it again. Because this is a while till we get a new place. Unless we get some in the village. I'm a little worried about that. Now is a part of the game, which is like one of the most infamous parts of the game, where the same asshole pretends to not be the guy that you think he is, and then just like non-stop sends you on fetch quests. I remember the first time I ever met someone who was like a meth addict was when I worked at like a resort hotel in a mountain town when I was taking a year off college. And there was one guy who worked in the kitchen. He was like a little ginger boy. And he had like wounds on his face. And like he just had this look in his eyes. That was like the first time in my entire life someone had a look in their eyes where I was like, I had this like reptilian animal urge to like hit him. Like he looked like fucked. You know what I mean? The same way that people talk about like how there's some some Northwestern or like Western American Pacific cities now where like there's a bunch of like fentanyl zombies in the town. It's the same thing. There's like an inhuman animal aspect to it. I don't think you can drop anywhere, but you might be able to. Monsters patrol the path to the peak. It has to like correspond to one of the tiles in the map. But I think mostly you just do these little arteries. Go down the mountain a bit and you'll see a cave. Monsters are dwelling. But it's the Palace of Darkness. Okay, I think I have to waste... I think I have to spend money on new gear here again. What'll it be? IV amulet. Motherfucker. They got me again. This goddamn game. I can't believe it. The amount of times you have to re-up your armor. I should just do every second one. As long as you just get the end game armor from the secret cat, everything else is fine. Yeah, it is a fluffy dragon. Yeah, the dragon's fluffy. Okay, so I can't sell her helmet. Everything else I can sell. Oh, who's a fluffy little dragon? Yeah. Okay, that was 50 G. That was 50 G's gone just like that. Feels so good. Okay, don't sell her helmet. 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 Yeah. The secret cat has all the good gear. Don't sell her helmet. Don't sell her helmet. It's a life lesson, really. Secret cats always have the best gear. Alright, we're doing great. We only lost 30,000 there. It's all fine. So what are you doing now that you're awake? I love waking up early lately. Even if I'm a little bit tired, it's like I feel like you only have like 8 hours of daylight right now, or technically about 10. You gotta maximize that shit. Try not to die. That's a good 1-2 punch. Do you want some hints on not dying? Hint number 1, breathe. Hint number 1, let your heart beat. Hint number 2, make sure the blood pumps from your heart to the rest of your body. 3, don't cut any blood vessels on sharp objects. Jock and his disciple Jack live on the peak. Enjoy our lovely town. Hint number 4, don't fall off any high ledges onto rocks or spikes. People from all over visit our ancient temple. I was talking to my friend at the party on the birthday party on Friday. Mana sustains the cosmos, but is not infinite. People no longer cherish life. So mana is fading away. And he was talking about how he was like in Costa Rica for a resort back in the day. We're asking about like the closest we've ever been to dying. I was impressed that you said you flew here. And he talked about how he was doing like he did like a hike in Costa Rica through like kind of wetlands and rainforest, and he was wearing fucking like half sandals, like little shitty rubber ones. And then he was gonna do like a cliff jump where you take a running jump, you have to clear the rocks and then leap like 60 feet down into like a lake. And he like slipped last second and was like this close to hitting the rocks on the way down because he didn't clear far enough. And he's like, this is how I go out. I was talking about how skydiving was like the thing where I was like, if this goes wrong, this is the dumbest way to die ever. The mana tree goes in the Pure Land is watching over us. No, you're just breathing. You just turn the difficulty up on breathing. Your breathing's fine, but you just turn the difficulty up a little bit. You're breathing on tactician mode. I have, yeah. It's alright. I really didn't want to go. For like a birthday, I was like, this would be the stupidest way to die ever. Also, like, it's like a whole day. You have to go there and like get all the certification and like the testing and like the learning and everything. Pretty cool, I guess. But I don't know. Like triple-digit people die per year skydiving. It's so stupid. What a way to go. Sage Jacques lives high atop the mountain. That girl always brings flowers. This temple dates from the Mana Fortress War. The orbs inside store data from that period. The ancients called them videos, I think. I mean, yeah. The hardest part is like psyching yourself to go. Hi, have you come to meditate? Don't bug me while I'm thinking. I've also gone bungee jumping in Acapulco, which is another not advisable activity, but it worked out. I also went hang gliding in Brazil. And so the hang gliding thing is like this, and then the bar is here. So you put your hands here, and then your legs, your like ankles are on straps, and like you have like a harness around your crotch. And so the second we run off the cliff and start hang gliding, instantly the straps holding my legs to the back of it, one of them falls off. So I'm just hanging, like getting my nuts crushed by the harness because one of the straps goes off. And then I was just like, there's nothing I can do. So I spent like 20-25 minutes skydiving with like trying my best to keep my body horizontal despite like one leg just like being like hanging in the air. So like nice microcosm of how bad things can go, even though it didn't go that badly, but it's like one of those things where it's like a fucking Brazilian technician who does this every single day. It was pretty it could have been a lot worse than it was. Okay, here's where this is the classic Squaresoft game thing where they indicate that maybe this is Earth. Like Zeboyam. Zega Zega. This one's broken. Beep. Oh, my heart breaks when she's not around and I miss her. This basically is implying that the world went into like a primordial state after like a disaster. Evening news: at dawn, Lorima launched missiles at the Empire, which had threatened to take Lorima's capital by nightfall. Or at least that they had like Earth-like technology. Okay, I was thinking last night, I was watching some sort of like, I think I was reading something about like a fantasy series, or just like thinking about like fantasy novels, etc. or something. I didn't do anything. I was just like hanging there like an idiot. To some degree that's kind of true, but I don't think like in a war or like under physical danger I would be necessary. I probably might freeze up. It's hard to tell. A weird thing about fantasy novels and like that whole genre is how often they kind of write it that all these people are living in the same world as like goblins and dwarves and trolls, and they're all like just chill about it. They basically just do a medieval world and then just add in dragons and everything. It would be cool to have like a fantasy series. I was kind of thinking, who is Abe Lincoln? Correct. That makes you our new champion. All right, we're doing a Jeopardy thing. It would be, I think it would be an interesting way to do a fantasy novel series or something like that, to be like, just to show the sort of like surreal trauma and fear of like what it would be like to be humans in a world where there actually are fantastical creatures in it. And like just everyone, like how much worse and weaker your society would be because like you're actually in danger. We must restrict the use of mana energy. What utter nonsense. We're using it up. You can't use up mana. You don't understand. I think that'd be a cool like angle. Kind of like, I think The Witcher 3 does that a little bit. Like people are very much living with danger. This is the main one, right? There, you can see the mana beast. Just moments ago it hit the fortress. Oh, it's coming this way. We're gonna off it. I think that'd be cool. I'm not ruling that out. Like just eventually accepting that like probably my best skill is creative writing, even though I don't really want to do it. And like just settling down to write like a huge fantasy series. That might be my path eventually. Sage Jacques will not see you unless you show him your will to overcome yourself. I think I ultimately do understand like what my strengths are, even if I'm like not necessarily flexing that muscle every day. I think the advantage of writing is that like you can do it on your own. A lot of times I like the idea of like being part of like movie production or a TV series or something like that. But like I can't really like stir myself up to be in the world that often, you know what I mean? I'm not that social. I have to go like I made like a pretty sick screenplay like in the last year and a half. But like I can't get myself to like actually like flog it and get out and like just constantly like grind and take meetings and all those things. I just kind of like I just kind of backburnered it. I think I'm gonna regret that eventually, so I'm gonna have to do something about that. Also, I think I was a better person when I was like spending every morning exercising and every afternoon like writing and doing creative pursuits. I think now I'm a little bit less happy. Like a little crankier for sure. Or like, I think I'm definitely less happy. I'm having fun though. But I kind of have to remind myself a little bit that like, I'm in a pretty good spot right now. But I think, We'll see. It might just be a winter thing. It's like something just fell off my PC. Maybe. Just like a little bit too little activity. But it's not really that I'm... Yeah, my mental is a little bit worse lately, for sure. But it's more like the way that it's affecting like my relationships. And that like I'm like less patient and like having like less interested in spending time with people. Which like mostly harms my like main relationship. Like I'm in less contact with my family, a little bit more cranky with my friends because I just want to like kind of do my own thing. But the main thing that these guys are crazy. These are like one of the scariest enemies in the game. Okay, they're dead. But the main thing that's affecting is like my actual girlfriend relationship. And that it's like kind of like pulling teeth lately to get me to do anything. This is like a classic SNES, PlayStation, Squaresoft, just general JRPG moment in this. Is like going up the mountain and then showing like the backdrop of like the huge open world that's stretching up below you. That is like this is like the classic. Chrono Trigger, FF6, this game, even like into like the Suikoden era, is like the most classic like 90s JRPG trope. Is like that long view. It's so cool. Where did that cat come from? I love mountain climbing. Need anything? I'll even save your game, purr. Get him. Okay, let me double check. I gotta use the whip right now anyway. Okay, so how is she doing on weapons? He's using the spear. That's good. And is she still... She's using the axe of force. She should use sword, spear, and gloves. Let's get her on the... Just catching up on the stuff that he's not using. So when he moves over to gloves, it'll be fine. Smack. How am I with character building? The thing I'm least interested in is dialogue. But like story structure, I haven't done enough like long form, like actual like prose writing to know how I am with character building, etc. But I'm very good with structure, and I'm very good with, like, I think I'm very good with structure, and I think I'm very good with like being able to like research and get into the world and like figure out how things work organically. But dialogue is like very low in my priority of what things I really care about. It's actually pretty true for a lot of like movie directors. There's a lot of guys, especially like the sort of like art house 60s and 70s era. I mean, true to the Hollywood era too. Like the director wouldn't be part of everything, but by the 50s and by the 60s and 70s, where the directors would be like the author of the whole thing. There's a lot of guys like who I really liked, like a Robert Bresson, who basically would get someone else to do dialogue for them, and they would do like story. Jack, go away. The sage is out. What? Sage Jacques went to the Palace of Darkness. You saw it on the way here. All right. So this guy sends you just all over the fucking map to like artificially expand the story so you get through the rest of the palaces. But this is a part of the game where you get a ton of experience points and a ton of money because you do like 3 straight things with no story, which means no towns. Ow. Got pecked. Can you guys hit these guys, please? Thank you. This is another one of the most notorious parts of the game. It's pretty fun, but you cover a lot of ground without much like story process. And then after the Sage Jock thing, the game kind of enters the late game. Kind of starts to accelerate. What day's today? Thursday? I'm notoriously optimistic on game timing, but maybe I can finish this by tomorrow. Depends how much I play today. I got a pretty early start. And I uninstalled the Riot client, so that takes away a lot of my like time wasting. It was time. Trying to like flame my teammates. Be unhappy. Just watch your two solo laners have like the CS combined that one of them should have at that point of the game. Come on, man. It's like chain inting into Syndra and Rumble as like Silas Rise or something. I had an insane Maokai game. I was very, very strong. It was Maokai into Jarvan. Jarvan's actually, like, I think Maokai's actually a pretty good matchup into Jarvan. In terms of, like, if he tries to gank you, if he tries to combo, all you have to do is press W. You have W and Q that are really good answers to his combo. Am I asleep? No. That Sleep Flower has not worked once yet. We're doing great. I feel like they're about to peck me. I've been pecked. My goodness. I think in retrospect, playing this game again, I would probably try to keep it to upgrade your items every second opportunity. Every second upgrade, I would do those. Okay, maybe I'll stick with this one until the secret cat items. Smile. I was very, very tired after the gym yesterday, just generally speaking, even today. I feel like the way that like my legs and tendons and everything are like pretty worn down. Like I don't think I'll run tomorrow. Kind of sore. But I was like, I knew I had to have like a really, really proper meal to start recovering. It was good too. 4 lamb chops. And then I cut up a shallot and like 6 kind of like squash ball sized tomatoes. Put the shallots in olive oil. And then basically stewed the tomatoes with like a bit of brown sugar and salt for like 45 minutes. It's just like such concentrated flavor. A doom trap. Am I dead? Okay, we're at 1. We're doing great. So like ate all 4 of the lamb chops ravenously. I restrained myself from using my fingers until they were almost done. So I ate my lamb chops and then mixed all the rice with the tomatoes and shallots and just ate that at the end. God, it was so fucking good. I appreciate that for sure. I'm just sort of like acknowledging how things are going. I don't think I'm like actually sort of upset by it, but I think I'm like in a thing where I think I'm sort of at a point where it's not necessarily easy to figure out whether I'm displeased with how things are going with people or whether I'm just kind of displeased on my own and just like letting out my annoyance on other people. So I gotta figure that out a little bit. I'm kind of going through some historic patterns right now of how these things generally tend to go, and that I like. Oh my god, what the fuck? Is that this is sort of usually the point in relationships at like the 2+ year mark, where like I just kind of like stop feeling like it's worth it. Is that maybe like being too into the honeymoon phase, or I'm not sure what it is. But I'm at a point now where like I've definitely diminished patience for things. Okay, we're back. We're back, baby. How's that coughing fit feel? Watch out! Mimic Box, the original. Okay, this thing does a ton of damage. I have to heal people to make sure they're topped up here. Look at that, 92? This thing is gonna fucking kill us. Okay, it's dead. Okay, good. Ooh, that was terrifying. Those guys give you a ton of XP and gold, though. Palace of Darkness, baby. Let's go. Actually, Coughing Fit, another Doom Trap? Okay, good. Coughing Fit is actually super effective for Anne. Like, it's wrecking you. As long as you don't bust any blood vessels, you're gonna be fine. But, like, that's really helping. Body's trying to get rid of that shit. I love Coughing Fits at some level. Watch out. He's gonna chop you up. We're good. He's using burst on us, a classic spell. Okay, I need someone with an axe here. Who's that gonna be? Do we have a new axe? Same one, right? Let me just check this out. Axe is still at 4, right? Yeah, okay. So what I should do, really, is give her the sword back. Use the axe with my boy here. This is the true utility. I should really stop using this guy for these chests, because all these chests have been dangerous so far. Fairy Walnut? Oh my god. The dream. Nice. Are you interested in getting into this later for some multiplayer? Oh, 37. We're getting levels. This is one of those other big... Oh shit, those close. I got another big... This is another big XP bump in this game, is this part. Where you get so much XP that you don't even need to heal. Where are we going? Let's get him, fellas. Yeah. Okay, the main part's open now. I mean, you're right for sure. And some people are eager to get through that phase, and some people aren't. And then just like the main questions are like, are you prioritizing? Or do you basically? The question is basically, do you want to share your life with people? And I think everyone kind of like knows that like objectively it's like better, but maybe you're like pretty used to sort of doing your own thing for life, and maybe not like necessarily that used to like the compromise that comes with that. Or maybe you're not quite sure what like the shape and structure of your life is going to be like. So the concept of sharing it, and then like there's the other issues too of like whether an individual person is the right thing for you or not. And like how much of it's like the intentions and how good that person will be, and how much of it is like hoping or wishing that someone would be like a little bit different than they are, etc. And how much of those things are like childish impulses or not. Personally, I am a lot more hesitant than most people in like thinking of the ways that I want to like share my time and have someone around for my entire life. But I think eventually there's diminishing returns on that, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm like, oh, this is so great, I can do whatever I want for life, like whatever, like, oh, people don't bother me. It's not that kind of like, it's not that kind of attitude. It's just something a little different. Where am I going here? Okay, this is a blank. Hey, you. There's so many elements to it, like in terms of like choosing the right partner. I think people do know at some level. I think when you know, but I don't think many people get to the point where they just know the person they're with is the person they should be with. I think a lot of people like make a decision and be like, this person's fine. I even have friends who've been like, yeah, like she's a good girl. Like this is a nice person. I can make this work. But I don't even know what percentage of people really get to be like with the person they always think they should be with, or like have an unequivocal like certainty that they're with the right person. I think a lot of people are like, this is a good person who wants the same things I do, and I can this is like a mature, emotionally like developed person. I think that happens to a lot of people. And then also like some of the things that you want someone to be different, some of the ways you want someone to be different, like you have to kind of also ask yourself like, who am I? Like what kind of like child am I to like say that a person should be a different way than they are? One of my main flaws, I think, in relationships is like, I don't know if it's whether like this is my distinctive, like, I don't know if this is like a distinctive trait or like actually just a flaw, but I really do think a lot of things should be like more intuitive than like exhaustively discussed. Like you can say anything to people, being like, here's something like I would like to have changed, but like who are you to say how a person should be, or like ask someone to change? It's not reasonable, I think. So kind of like to some degree things have to be a little bit fateful, and like if this is the way, like if things feel right in the way that your personalities sync, that is like something that I value a lot. Also like just in terms of like the way that you like interact, etc. Wait. There's no thing here. Oh, I see. You gotta go to the middle part and then press that switch. That's something that's a bit of a hang up for me as well. Is like, I think it's like really, really like awkward and like unnatural to say like all the things that like things should be different the way they are. And like, I don't think that like fucking workshopping that and having it as like an HR style interview meeting is like an effective and like great way to have your life work out well. Am I dune trapped again? It's like the third time I survived it at least. So that part I find difficult. Where's Apples? There it is. Stabilize your health. How do I get out of here? Go back to the middle. Where did this come from? Where was this before? What the hell? I don't know. I think there's like there's kind of like different groups of people. There's people who like at some level shouldn't be with someone and like shouldn't share their lives, and they should you should just like accept that not everyone is going to be like a breeding partner. And there's people who like find the right person for them, or find a right person for them, because I think there's like tens of thousands of people that work for any individual person. There's people who like have all the best intentions at heart and try to make it work with someone, but it like never really works out, and you just kind of like be exasperated and it works out for you. And there's people who like maturely make it work with someone who probably isn't the right person. It's hard, man. Like, I don't think that, I think a lot of people like recently are like wrong in being like, how could you bring a person into this world? I think that's fucked up for sure. I think that's like totally the wrong way to look at things. But I do think that like you owe your children the best possible choice you can make. Not because like you want them to be some sort of like fictional Ubermensch who's like 6'3" and blue-eyed or something like that. But like, the happier you are with your choice and like the happier you are in your life, the more that your kids pick up on that. Kids know if like your parents are like hate each other, or like one of your parents is like really messed up or something like that. Like you owe them like the best shot at happiness that you can give them. And just because you think you should be in a relationship isn't reason enough. You know what I mean? You gotta put a lot of effort in to like not just have the relationship work, but also to like figure out who is for you. There's a lot of people who are like, oh, I've been single too long, or I've never had relationship success, so I'm just gonna like force it with the next person. Where am I going? This is the right way. Oh, here we go. Great. So now we go to about the left side, right? Yeah. What is this? I'm so lost in these palaces. Yeah, that is a good way to describe it for sure. Something I was talking about yesterday is like a big part of like relationships and romantic things is that everyone wants everything to work out for them. As sort of like an ego boost, but like it takes like a strength and courage to be like, to know when even something that's good and you're like very respectful with them isn't necessarily the right thing. Not the way that some people like, he has to be like 5'9" and he has to be above 5'9" and make $250,000. Like that's kind of like a sort of necessary sorting that women have to do, but also like can sometimes feel a little bit like cold and calculating. But I don't know, I'm not a woman, so I can't like sympathize with the same issues. I was watching like a Mateo Lane YouTube clip today, and he's talking about like how different it is for women on like dating apps versus gay men. He's like, I was looking at my female friend's Tinder, and one of the questions he asked the guy was, do you have friends? Like how much of a caveman is this person? And he's like, man, if someone's got good grammar, like I'll probably have sex with them. It's like, do you understand how to use a semicolon? Get in this colon. It's so messed up. I love it. But those are like, you know, legit questions for women to have. Like, are you socialized? There's a lot of men who are not socialized. He was talking to someone else in the crowd during like this audience work part of it, and he was kind of like saying that like 3 months is a pretty long time to be dating someone in like in the gay community. It's pretty fucking short. Where am I going? This is where I was before. Okay, this is the start. Got it. Hey, you, come here. Kill this guy. He's more extroverted than you are? You sure? I think maybe you're in a circle. I don't know. I'll wait to hear what you say, but maybe you're kind of like in a situation that's like encouraging your introversion. Because you don't necessarily have a house to yourself, you know what I mean? Oh. Or like, did I just get a double, did I just get a double glove sword? But you know what I mean? Like, people who are introverted can be like more introverted than they naturally like to be. Because like, the best description I ever heard, and this is like literally the perfect way to describe introversion versus extroversion, is that it's basically introversion versus extroversion is what you need to charge your batteries. And some people derive energy and charge their batteries by being around people. And some people charge their batteries by being alone and then recognize they still have to go out and spend time with people, but like it's a little bit draining, you know what I mean? Like, think about it. Like that's exactly how it is. I have friends who like feed off other people's energy and need it, and they do stuff on their own, but like eventually they need to be recharged. And then there's people like me who is like, all right, I did 2 things this week, I'm exhausted, just trying to spend 7 days by myself doing whatever I want, and then eventually get to the point where it's like, okay, that would be nice. This is one of the central like tensions between me and my girlfriend right now. Is she is extremely social and she's finally in a big city again, whereas last year she basically was like solo. And where am I going? I'm so lost. So now she finally has like a busy social life and needs those kind of things in her life and wants to have a lot of things during the evening. And so she's like, well, every weekend or every second weekend, unless there's something else to do, we should do something. But for me, I like to miss people. You know what I mean? I don't like to stay on top of social stuff. So like, oh, I'm always okay, so I should see people like, you know, every so often and keep things regular, and that's the way that I like to have my life. I like to do stuff I like to be on my own until such a point that I was like, I probably should do something. This is getting a bit far. Not the opposite. Not like stay on top of it and, you know, enforce a regular schedule and have like social discipline. Like, I'd like to have it to a point like, okay, I kind of miss this. The perfect example of this is my friend David came to visit me when I was in Panama. And in Panama, I had the exact same schedule. I went to the gym every day during the week, Monday to Friday, and wrote all afternoon. And then the weekends I would essentially take off. I wouldn't go to the gym. I would probably do hiking. I'd go out to eat and I'd do fun stuff and like maybe have a little adventure. But it had been like a month or more, so 4 straight weeks where I had been doing my own thing. And I realized that I was less productive. I was writing less. I was like just generally in sort of a funk. And so the airport in Panama City, was like 2 hours away by bus from where I lived. And so as I was taking the bus into Panama City to see him, and we're gonna like stay in an Airbnb that night and then go back to my house the next morning. And I was like driving through and I was like, oh, seeing all these new sights and seeing like valleys and rivers and going my way to Panama City. And I was like, wait a minute, I haven't done anything in like a month. I actually miss this. And that was very, very, very clarifying to me. Being like, I want to miss people before I see them and be a little bit like overdue to see people. Not do it so often because that's what you should do. And that's just and then kind of always be on top of it. That's like the classic introvert extrovert split right there. So that's what I'm going through. Am I going the right way? Have I opened enough of these little spikes that I can do this now? Every one of these palaces is like an anxiety trip. What's happening here? Is this gonna open that up? I gotta go all the way back that way? Oh my god. Okay, everything's fine. This is like a figure 8. When I was in high school, my high school was it was in downtown, and there's like a very famous part of Ottawa called the Rideau Canal. It's like the longest man-made waterway in the world. And so there's like a path along the water. And then there's these like tall, like 50 staircases that go up to like a boardwalk that's like at road level. So there was a run we'd do in gym class all the time called the paperclip, where you go along the water and then climb the stairs at the end and then go along the water and go back to the beginning and then go along the water and then climb the first set of stairs and do that. And so that's your run. And that's what this dungeon is like. It's like running the paperclip. And then once a year you have the fitness test, where you did like a 35-minute run. That was covered so much ground. And occasionally, because it went along like the roadways and like crossed over a bridge, occasionally every year there'd be someone who like brought $10 with them and like took a cab along the water, and then like would then kind of like get out of the cab with enough room that they could have a plausible deniability that they didn't finish too fast and they couldn't get seen by the teacher when they and just pretended to run the rest of it. And every year there's that one dumb kid who wasn't in that good shape, but like had been running to practice for like a week or two. So he would just take off and be like 200 meters ahead of like people who are way fitter than him at the beginning, and then that person would always gas out and you'd laugh at them as you pass them because they had no energy left. That was my favorite part. My favorite part was the guy who always like wasn't in good shape, but just lapped who like just went so far ahead of everybody and then lost and then gassed out in the end. Those are the days. Yeah, I don't know. That's not how That's not how socializing works for me. I want to have it like, oh, this is actually pretty fun. I wouldn't realize that I missed it. Not like, okay, here's another thing coming. Great. But like, it's hard to convey that to someone who's more extroverted than you, and not have it seem like a verdict on whether you like that person or not. You know what I mean? Where's the axe? But like, it's an understandable question. It's like, am I really? It's very natural for a woman to wonder, like, what's my future with this person if they think that like seeing each other on the weekend every week is already too much socializing. That's really bad. It's really bad. It feels like too much already. So like, obviously that's like a, you know, a concerning thing for the future. I understand that. Yeah? I'm just chilling here with the Emberman. This guy's giving me the clap. Not that clap. It's an attack move. He's gonna use Exploder on me? This is a very rude spell to use. He's gonna use Exploder on me again. Hit him! This guy's spawning more knights. It's really creepy. Pooping out little babies. Ooh. A running chest? Those are always better. Not again. Another doom trap. Am I dead this time? Okay. It still has not killed me. We're still going. How much does this heal for now? Probably at least 400. 600. Holy shit. She asks me if that's something that I want at some point, and if it's not, to let her know. And those questions will become apparent once she finishes this year's term. So by the end of next summer, it'll be a point where that's like the principal decision. Because then she'll have like that's when like her end of her employment is, and so she'll like at that point be like open to whatever like the next thing is, and like, you know, we'll want to think about those things more. So by the end of next summer, middle of next summer, July or August, those things are like then the central question. Oh my god. Hi, Shade, we'll test you. Alright. Okay, now turn over to the big boy. So yeah, I have to have those things qualified. I have to have those things sort of like qualified in my head by in about 8 or 10 months. At the absolute latest. Okay, that did 1 damage. Yes. No, not that spell. Air Blast can do nothing, right? $64, not bad. Okay, let's try some new spells. Okay, let's go around the horn again. Let's try Fireball. Did I use Lava Wave last time? 1. Okay, that's not it. Acid Storm, not worth it. But I will use Freeze again. Okay, that was not it either. Earth Slide, this is gonna be bad. $41, that's pretty bad. Okay, now let's hit him with the real Lightning Bolt. That's probably the only one that does good damage. Nope. Not at all. Try Exploder. $61. That's not worth for 4 mana. Acid Storm with our last 3. Sure. Okay. At least his defense is down. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. She's gonna die here. Okay. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We need some heals here. Everybody simmer down. Now we give him the real big bash. Okay, keep charging. That took away my... He used to spell magic. And it took away my charge. That's some bullshit. Oh, evil gate. Oh, it hurts. Okay. Okay, keep charging. One more. Get the big hit in there. Oh, I'm getting hit again. Almost there. Okay, yeah, use it. Go, come on. Oh, the big swing. Okay, I need another heal. This guy's doing a lot of damage to me. Yeah, probably. It's like probably, yeah, it's true. This is the first time we've been within like even a couple of hours of each other in location. The closest we were was like 4.5 hours before. So this is the first time we've been within a reasonable drive. Like initially I was in Panama, or PEI, and then Panama, and then like 4 hours away, and then like 20 hours away when I was on the East Coast. I'm getting wrecked here. So yeah, it's all kind of like a gradual process. Does that hit? Oh my god, he's dead. How much does this Dark Force do? Am I dead? Boom. Okay. Alright. Everything's fine. Oh, not Meadows and Herd. A couple wishes. I'm not sure where the damage is coming from this guy, to be honest. But I love it. Is it the spell? There's like a tiny little fly flying around me. Why are you in my house? Alright, big boy. Hit him. What weapons do you still need? Time for the glove. Oh my god, I'm a Frosty. Hit him. Okay, easy. Where's this tiny little insect? Do they live in my plants? Where are they coming from? Mystery. Oh. I feel like I got 2 Glovezors there from one chest. Level 40, we're in it. Hey, buddy.
I am the spirit of the darkness and an elemental of mana. Few have defended my dark servants. Defeated my dark servants. Take my powers as your reward.
Shade, I think, is only for apples. And then Candy gets Lumina. Right? Or Luna? Or they both get Luna.
Receive the seed's power.
Is that it? Okay, back to Sage Jock. I think you're right. I think it's time. And now it's finally time for me to go to Raphael's House of Hope and fight Raphael. It's time to take out Enver Gortash. How did your Enver Gortash fight go when you played Baldur's Gate 3? Like when did you fight him, and like how did that whole thing go? That was like one of the most underwhelming parts of Act 3 from my playthrough. Get him, fellers.
Candy.
Oh my god. Hit him with a triple hit. Is this gonna work? Never. The Sleep Power hasn't hit once. I think it's probably because of my level. It's too strong. Yeah, I've seen some of that stuff on Twitter. That's in December, right? I wonder who's gonna rush the stage this year and get more attention than the actual Game Awards. That fucking kid. I'm actually curious to see how Game of the Year will go. Because, like, Baldur's Gate 3 was huge, but it's, like, a little bit niche in terms of appeal. Like, do you give it to Zelda? You're doing your votes now? Not the right angle for this. We'll do it later. I was gonna do it now. See, this is like, that's not bad actually. Better part of the screen. Think about this. Let me get the Streets of Rage music on. Alright, what do I think about this? Game of the Year. To me, I actually had more fun with Cyberpunk than I did with Baldur's Gate 3. But I kind of wonder whether a game like Spider-Man 2 will win this. Or Zelda, because of like broader appeal. Just sign in to vote. Name. Hold on here. Bad Gateway, cringe. My wrong Twitter account. There you go. Unable to process due to missing initial state. This is so ghetto. Alright, let's try this again. Cyberpunk was 2 years ago, wasn't it? Okay, good. Okay, what do I think? So, to me, like, this is a little bit weird because these two came out like a month ago. Zelda, the thing for me is like, the classic issue with video games is like how much people have the attention span of like houseflies, and whatever the most recent thing is the only thing ever. Obviously, I'm going to vote Baldur's Gate 3 here. Because I didn't play this. I don't really play Nintendo games that much. This remake, but I heard was pretty good. This one I didn't play. This one apparently is quite good. But I obviously have to vote for this. Best game direction? This is hard. I can only vote for the games I played, right? Isn't that weird? So it's basically just like, it's basically like a have you played category. Best narrative? I can't give it to this because it's only the expansion. No. They didn't play. I just have to do Baldur's Gate for all of these because they're the ones I played. I can't do best narrative for this one. This is the branching pathways and the vast amount of contingencies for this game. Maybe best art direction. Not Zelda, because no Nintendo game can have best art direction because the graphics suck. This game is pretty cool. Hi-Fi Rush. No. This has got an elephant, Mario. That's a pretty strong direction. This game did look pretty good. All right, you win this one, Liza P. Best score in music. I can't give this to Baldur's Gate 3. I didn't think it was good enough. I didn't play any of the other ones though. I heard this is really good. All right. I also heard, but one of the reasons people gave it to this was the guy was like suffering from like cancer as he was making it. Well, I didn't do anything. I've just been opining on my relationship issues and turning fruits into other fruits. I'm not doing anything. Is this top 5 worst games of all time or whatever? Come on. Simmer down. Okay. This game did kind of suck though. So what would I give this to? I don't know, I didn't play any of them. I have to give it to Baldur's Gate 3. God damn it. How much time do these nerds have? Best audio design? How much time do these nerds have? I don't know. Alan Wake 2. Who plays every game? Or are these just all people who play 8 hours of each game? Best performance? Gotta give it to my boy Idris. Actually, this guy did really well as Asterion. I'll give it to this guy. This guy's having his moment. Idris is doing fine either way. Idris is eating good no matter what. The Raphael music fight, I paused the first time I played it. I was like, what? This is insane. They get their own song for that Raphael fight. Innovation and accessibility. Can I just skip this? How do you skip categories? I don't care. Games for impact. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. No, thank you. Best ongoing. I think Apex get it, right? This doesn't count. Because they just did one fucking thing and fixed it. I'm tempted to give it to this I'm tempted to give it to this one for redeeming the game. But ultimately it's Apex because Apex is like probably the best BR. This is a hard decision. I haven't played Apex in like 3 years. So I'm doing Cyberpunk. How do you like that? Best community support? LOL. No TFT here. TFT should actually be here, honestly. Not this. This is total bullshit because they are giving themselves a pat on the back for fixing the game that to the degree that it should have been in the first place. They did a million patches in BG3. They did a million patches in BG3. They did so much better on this compared to like Starfield. By the way, have you seen Starfield once here yet? LOL. Compared to Starfield where they've done one patch in like 2 months and it's did nothing. You can press R to eat now. Baldur's Gate 3 fixed so much stuff. No one cares about these games. Literally nobody. Keep voting. Thank you. Appreciate that pop-up. Best independent game. Dave the Diver. Or Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars, a lot of people really like. But like, I'm a little sick of this like... Has to be Dave the Diver. That game is sick. To some degree, this Sea of Stars is like the latest in the whole series of things where everyone's like, oh my god, it's like Chrono Trigger meets Earthbound. This is everything I love from my childhood. And then everyone's jacking off about the game for 4 days, and then no one talks about it ever again. It's the same with Chained Echoes. It's the same with Sea of Stars. It's all these things. So people are like, oh, what's the point? I had a friend literally text me the review of Sea of Stars on Rotten Tomatoes and be like, what's the point of people even making AAA games now if you can get a 93 on Rotten Tomatoes because Sea of Stars? But then 4 days later, nobody talks to Sea of Stars ever again, and then they're like, actually, 2 weeks later, then like, actually it kind of sucked now that I think about it, and fell off a lot. This does have Yasuo Masuda and the composer, so that gets bonus points, but it's Dave the Diver. I don't know what Cocoon is. I heard it's pretty cool. Best debut indie game. I have no idea. I never played any of these. Best mobile game. LOL. Best VR AR. LOL. Best action game. I don't know. I have one friend who really enjoyed this, but he wouldn't tell me if he didn't enjoy it, but he did play it all the way through. Suika's a Switch game. It's only half mobile. Also came out in 2021. Best action game. I don't play any of these. I'll give it to them because I like From Software. Best action adventure. I didn't play any of them. Skip. Best RPG. There's Starfield. Fifth. It's like one of the best RPGs ever. Even if I'm not totally happy with it. Best fighting. I heard this is really bad. Street Fighter 6 could be pretty good. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Street Fighter 6. Mortal Kombat. Are you kidding me? Where's Tekken? Is that next year? Best family. All right. My friend has a son and he played this game. Actually, I think my friend played it and he like made his son watch. Best sim/strategy. Not this. Literally none of these. Best sports or racing. Forza. I'm never doing an EA game or like one of those like every year sports games ever. Forza is amazing. Have I ever played it? Probably not. Best multiplayer? No. No. Actually, maybe. This has apparently got a pretty cool format for it. This game's netcode was better than Mortal Kombat, but still kind of bad. This is like the new... What's the old game? Like, what's the game people did where they ran around falling things? Fall Guys? Absolutely not. Never played online. Apparently this is pretty fun. You kind of like competing against other people and taking their cues. Best adaptation. Can you imagine voting for Twisted Metal? I've never even heard of this before. Yeah, it's true. 4 Halfling Barbarians. Last of Us, got it. Most anticipated game? They haven't showed us enough of Hades 2. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is probably it. Because I will actually play this. I'm sick of Star Wars games. Hades 2, they haven't showed us enough. There's one of these fucking games come out every like 8 months. Tekken 8 is for Tekken players who all smell bad. So it's Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Because this is where we're starting to get like... This is where like... If they do a trilogy for Final Fantasy 7, then this is the one where Aeris dies. So people are like, what's going to happen with Aeris, you know? Content Creator of the Year. She peaked. Didn't she peak last year? Wasn't last year when she hit the sub record? I literally don't know who any of these other people are. I've heard of this guy and her. Yeah, it's gotta be me. Can I type? Is this like voting for the Americans? Like, can I put it myself? All right, I've heard of her and I've heard of him. I don't know anything about him. She's cool. Best esports game? No. Valorant is coming up, actually. Yeah, she is. But, like, there's VTubers and there's VTubers, you know what I mean? VTubers are like, there's a lot of people, like, I don't know. There's VTubers and there's VTubers. She's in, like, the better category. I don't think this was a particularly good year for League. PUBG Mobile, who the fuck watches that? Even though PUBG is like one of the most played games in the world. I'm going to give it to Valorant, regretfully, but it is doing pretty well. Best esports athlete? Ruler just went out. I don't know who this guy... I've heard of this guy, but I don't know how well he did. Call of Duty, lol. Never heard of this guy. ZWoo had a good year, but it's still basically all online tournaments. Vitality did win a major, though. Give him to Faker. I love me some Faker. That's a fanboy award right there. Faker had a very, very good year because his team did very well, but not as good as last year. But then when he went out, they were literally the worst team in the entire league, and they came back. Now they're in the World Finals with probably a 70% chance to win the World Finals. Absolute king. Best esports team? Vitality won a major. Never heard of these guys. Did they win TI? This team was like probably the best League of Legends teams ever assembled for the most expensive salary, but they went on the semifinals. Evil Geniuses is like one of the worst organizations in all of gaming. I'm gonna vote Vitality. Respect. That it? How many more of these things are there? 9 more? Jesus. Best esports coach? I thought she was a caster. I didn't know she was a coach. This guy doesn't even play. This guy was the JDG coach. Alright, this guy's a king. This guy's been a beast for years. Best esports event? This has been pretty good, honestly. Last year's was better. But this is the only one I watched. I'm not giving it to a blast major. Alright. I have to give it to this one, even though it's ongoing. That's kind of weird. Keep voting. That's it. Am I done? Am I done? Alright, we're done. Is this fine now? Can I just leave it? Bro, okay. Hold on. Valorant is hugely successful. I have to finish it? No, that can't be right? This is fine. Keep going! You've reached the edge. Alright, we're good. Where's I going with all this? Hold on. I forgot to close this. What was I saying? Valorant is doing really, really well with like people your age. You know what I mean? Like it is like hugely. Do you really have to vote for everything? I think you guys are trolling me. Valorant is doing well in its demographic and like largely taking over that demographic, and a lot of people play it. So you kind of have to respect that. I'm not saying it's good, but like Dota is irrelevant outside of the international. I don't even remember what the other ones are. That is like if they make you vote for everything, that is like the most like gamer media journalism thing ever. Everyone fucking weighing in on stuff they barely played. Like the classic games journalist playing a game for 8 hours and doing a review saying game's too hard. Or like just the fact that everybody in the world is hyped for whatever the next thing is. I know what /S is. Give me a break. I think CS is definitely better than Valorant, for sure. But like that option was CS2. Was it not? Was the category not CS2? Which no one is like that jacked up about yet. Like apparently Counter-Strike 2 is coming out in a better state than CSGO came out. But like no one's fucking jacked about it. And why didn't I vote for it? Because it's CS2. CS2 has been out for months and no one cares about it. Valorant had a really good year and a ton of people play it. And it's very, very accessible. It has to get that vote. This isn't like tribal loyalty. That's why you're fucking brain dead about this. You think it's like my thing is the right thing, so I have to vote for my team. You have to try. You have to kind of try to be objective about it. Go away. The Sage is out. Where's Jock? Sage Jock left for the Gold Isle. It's northeast of here. There we go. You don't like the game I like? You're fucking stupid. Only the game I've played since I'm 12 with my unhappy alcoholic Polish friends. That's the only game. Any game except Counter-Strike is for girls, man. Counter-Strike is a man's game. You have to vote that. If you don't vote that, you're gay. Okay, I need to heal. I think I have no mana. Yeah, I'm 0 out of 33. I gotta go back to that town. Like, Counter-Strike is a better game than Valorant, but Counter-Strike did not have a better year than Valorant. One fucking ESL sold to, like, Saudi Arabian interests. None of the majors were that big. And, like, Simple is, like, not even on a team. And every, like, good team is, like, basically dissolving. Hey, as long as I get to play Sova, who's the only person in Valorant I ever played. Did you say northwest or northeast of the Gold Island? Do I have to go back and check? I know what the Gold Island looks like. Wait a minute. This is where you get the Sea Hare's tail. Valorant definitely had a better year than CS, because Valorant's like on year 2 or 3, and they get a lot of co-streaming views, and like they have huge cultural penetration for like in their adolescent audience, and this was not that good of a Counter-Strike year, despite you liking Counter-Strike more. Valorant sort of like fucking like Dr. Disrespect is playing Valorant. You know what I mean? Do you think he wants to do that? But it's like a huge game. I'm not making it here. There's nothing on this blasted island except these sea hair tails. You actually want one? Got sea hair's tail. There we go. Whether you hate it or like it, like I think it's a pretty hard sell to say this was a really good CS:GO year. Yeah, you're still emotionally, you're still doing this emotionally. I'd rather be poor and alive than I'm from the Empire. The Empire's gone nuts. I escaped here with my family. But like, there's a lot of these I don't really know much about, honestly. Like, did Apex have a good year? These children are married. Age means nothing as long as there's love. Adults just don't get it. Is this creepy or is this sweet? It's hard to say. Little kids have a very pure approach to love sometimes. It's very nice. All right, we're out of here. But generally speaking, that whole awards show voting I just did is such a meme. You are so mad all of a sudden. Is this because of the game voting awards? You're like completely unhinged. Once out of every 3 days. What was I talking about here? A lot of those game awards were like a little bit of a meme, to be honest, because so many of those games are like Spider-Man 2 and Alan Wake 2 are like less than 2 months old. Where's the inn? Is it in the top right? Yeah. Super Mario Wonder? That's also less than 2 months old, right? What are the... I guess Zelda is like... Zelda and Baldur's Gate 3 but are the only things that are like even remotely in the first half of the year. I think. Anyway, that whole experience was unpleasant and I wish I hadn't done it. Actually, I'm fine doing it, but I just still think it's a disappointing shit show. How come viewers get to choose? Is there like a thing where... Is there like a video game academy that gets to do a award show? Is this just purely a democracy of fans? The worst are the ones where you get to vote every single day. So like only the most like mentally ill people get like their favorite content creator to win. Where am I going? Okay, I gotta go to the desert to give them the sea hare's tail so they get water back. Where's the desert town? There it is. I'm a nuclear reactor, at least once a week some guy in Ukraine doesn't do his job and explodes. Yeah, this just literally has a complete meltdown. You do. I was like getting thumbnails from like the last couple of Cyberpunk VODs and you're just a fucking absolutely insane. For the Aldecaldos ending, you were like spamming full caps like drown bitch, I hope you fall, fucking killer. I was like, Jesus, this guy's a fucking maniac. Okay, here we go. We're back to a paradise. Water! We're saved. In return, let me give you this belt. That's their version of like a Middle Eastern sound palette there. For the one little flourish in this entire game. Mana brings the water here, otherwise that well will be dry. Okay, everyone's happy now? Everyone's moving away. I think I'll move to the Empire. Now even canon travels a route there. Yeah, we've been over this already. The game is opening up. This is the classic Squaresoft RPG moment where you get your airship and the world is your oysters. Yeah, my big brain is cooking my follicles. Alright, where am I going here? I gotta find the gold island. Is there a map? That's the turtle island. Look at this, it's so ghetto. You have to press it once. Alright. This is a fateful location for the future. Okay, I'm gonna get lost. It's gonna take me 5 minutes to find this thing. I know what it looks like. This is it? It's kind of, this is golden, right? Yeah, we found it. This is the Empire's Gold City. Oh, my shoulders are cramping. It's too expensive to live here. This island's sinking under the weight of the gold. Many have left here and gone north to the ice country. If I have to buy more stuff here, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. This whole island is made of gold. I'm gonna have to buy it. They're gonna give me new stuff to buy. I have to drop my whole fucking bank account again here. I got 160k. Time to bust it out. Azuri ring, shield ring. I hate this game. I hate this game so much. Oh, you know. Gotta spend money to make money, right? Eh. I'm broke. I can't afford these. I can't afford these hats. Oh, they're 11,000 each. Okay, we're good. 2 duck helms and a dragon helm. We're doing great. All right, we managed to afford it. $12,000 in a dream. All right, what are we doing here? Do you have an encyclopedia? Anne, are you keeping a compendium? Two duck helms and a circlet. Tiger cap gone. Shut your pussy out, grown man playing fucking 2D game for kids. Grow the fuck up. Your 40-year-old igloo enjoyer with a forehead bigger than an aircraft carrier at this point. Just cut that shit bald. I like having my hair shaved. I shaved it during COVID. I think you actually think that like anything you say like matters at all to me. If you are like the youngest person here, you are like by definition the dumbest, and I don't think you realize that. He's like, I'm gonna get him. Just because you're insecure, you probably think that other people are insecure as well. And like, don't understand how much your own fucking venom and hatred is like in no way a good quality. All confidence, no brains. All right, what am I doing here? Yeah, I do. I just, you know, I hold it in at night. This whole island is made of gold. Beyond is the golden tower. No one may enter. It's too expensive to live here. I've already talked to this person. Is this the same person? Okay, I talked to this guy as well. Is this where Watts is? I don't think I have any. I think I might have a Javelin Zorb. This guy is a squatter. Every single place he goes, someone's like, how did this guy get into my house? Where did he come from? Do I get two orbs here? I did. Nice. Okay. The game let me catch up. Yeah, you're as equally dumb as all Americans are, where you really think someone who lives in a different country. What's like the latitude of? You probably live more northern than I do. You're like as dumb as any American who thinks that Canada is like some sort of ice palace. By the way, don't look out my window. I'm not gonna send the webcam out the window. Let's not get into the details here. I'm jealous. Everyone moved to the resort up north. So you can go here earlier in the game, I think, if you just like randomly fly here. But I just got like the flamey drums now. Where did King Manmon find all this gold? King Mammon, eh? I know that reference. I can't believe I spent all my money again. I spent like $120,000. I'm so poor. Even the trees are gold? Who's this guy? King Manmon lives here. The first floor is a hotel. Did I repaired my mana, right? Yeah, we're doing great. I did bring Americans here, mister. I didn't do anything yet. Always a cheerleader. Do you see how small he is? I like seeing him sweat. Next time there's only me and him here, he's gonna be like, hey, good night, bro. Have a great day. I'll miss you when I'm sleeping. But there's people around, so he's like puffing his chest up. This is a classic dynamic of the past 2 weeks. Okay, you. Come here. There you go. Time to go talk to the king. What matters in life is gold. Gold! We came to see if Mammon would give us some gold. You got abducted by white men? Miller, you were a lot more adventurous than I thought. Ah, this is the world's richest place. Money, money, and it's all mine. Not getting a whole lot of depth here. Alchemists can turn rocks into gold using mana, but first you have to learn alchemy, don't ya? Okay, so where's this going? He like picked you up and threw you over his shoulder. You still had like boar. You had like boar meat and plantains on your mouth. Is that what happened? What am I doing here? Why does no one tell me what to do? I think I have to go run all the way around to the far side. Things getting raw. King Mammon sealed off the light palace at the edge of town. The tower key was stolen by a spy from Teznica, caught him in South Town, but the key was never found. What's in that tower? Okay, so that's the guy I needed to talk to. So now we go to South Town? That's gonna be hard to find. One of the biggest revelations I ever had in America is when I lived in Los Angeles and realized that basically there's like an underclass of Mexican workers who actually rule the entire country, who actually rule the entire city. If you look at the urinals or the shower height, it's like for people who are 5'5". It's like, wait a minute, this isn't for the resident white rulers. Luxury always has a price. Places like Dubai and Qatar, like insane cruelty to migrant workers. That's the Pure Lands. I can't wait to go there. That should be today. Okay, where am I going here? This is it, right? Is this it? Where is this? Small people do rule the world. I was reading a book called The Shadow Country, and they're talking about like how there's this pair of sisters that are these gigantic women, and it's like if they weren't busy here, they would probably be the president of the United States. If we ever get to the point where it's covering all the bases, hold on, this is the wrong place. You're sauteed in onions and bacon. And you have cheese and potato inside you. That's you. Where is Southtown? Wait. That's the ruins? Is Kolbasa Polish? Do I have to take the sewer to get to Southtown? There's no way, right? Anne, you are a maniac. You are a fucking maniac. Yeah, too many. 5 is still too many. Okay, that's the ruins. If I go here, it still gives you the town. Where the fuck is Southtown? Is this it? Here it is. That's a long sewer ride before. Okay, I'll deal with Nightbot. I'll take off the emote spam. My husband was caught stealing a secret key on the gold aisle. Look, here it is. Found it hidden in his things. That didn't take long. I'd gladly exchange it to have him back. Here, it's yours. I'll get my revenge. Perfect. A lot of people are playing World of Warcraft, I find, lately. Because of, like, classic and hardcore mode, etc. I just said etc. again. Damn it. Alright, where am I going? Here. Perfect. I'm not ruling it out. But, like, that's a huge time commitment. That's, like, months. Play hardcore WoW? What would I play? So where are they at in the game? That is what birds do. That's like the hugest bummer when like a bird won't take back its baby because someone like picked it up and tried to save it. Doesn't that happen with deer? I heard that happens with deer. Okay, time to do the whole place again and scrabble back my money. Okay, where's my little guy? Axe? What weapons do I need on this guy? Okay, bow, javelin, and boomerang. Bow, javelin, boomerang. Got it. Strangers touch me all the time, but it's because I like them to. Mostly because I ask them to. I just got an orb from a random chest. Yeah. My parents were like, well, I was 6 years old. My parents were like, why did he touch you? What were you wearing? I was like, Mom, you don't understand. I actually went to Catholic school for like grade 1 and grade 2. But I was a conscientious objector. They're like, hey, it's Friday, we're all going to church. I'm like, can I just play basketball in the gym? It was like me and 3 other kids. This is a really white place. Like there probably wasn't any people who were like a different religion. It was just like I think because it's because I had never done communion. So I'm going to church because my grandma was Catholic and like my school was Catholic only because it was the closest school. But then I'm like sitting there and all the other kids get to go up and like, you know, take communion. And I hadn't been baptized, so I couldn't. I was like, this is bullshit. I'm not doing this. I'm gonna stand there while everyone else gets to do the thing. I'm out of here. I mean, like, around Christmas time, my grandma was joining. Christmas Mass is pretty fun. Midnight Mass is pretty fun. Like once, maybe twice a year, max. That's it. I remember going to like Midnight Mass or something like that. Who am I fighting? Is it the bird? Oh, it's a tiger again? Oh no. Okay, last time I fought this guy, I didn't have magic. This is the last boss that didn't have magic. So what am I gonna use this guy? I'm gonna do the Royal Sampler again. Oh, I have Shade. Should I just spam Shade on him? The funniest thing about going to Midnight Mass is like you'd see some other kids from your school, and invariably the people at Midnight Mass were like the kids with like the worst morals and like the worst self-discipline in your entire grade. Like that girl goes to Catholic Mass with her parents. I also did 1 damage. This is not going well. Are you gonna get up and do it? No. You can even go up to the Catholic priest and go like this, and they'll like touch you on your forehead, and you can do that instead of mass. I did that one time. I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm out of here. I'm playing basketball for an hour, and then quitting church forever. Small town life, man. Church for such a part of human history was just like, none of these are doing damage. So much of church was like, so also gonna do one, yeah. Like the community, you know what I mean? Okay, clearly it should be... This guy casts mad fire spells. It should be freeze, right? It still does 1 damage. What the fuck? Everything does 1. Evil Gate is 8 mana. Oh, I'm getting chomped. Alright, that's really funny. That's actually really good. Skip the tutorial. Didn't get the beginning buff. Pretty good. Reduces toxicity by 30%. Alright, 2 lava waves, I'm out of here. Just busting his whole nut. Not one of these did damage literally at all. This is good material. This is like the first good material either of you have given me in months. That's like actually comedic. You know, even the homeliest flower makes a wonderful bloom once in a while. My parents have a house plant that they've had for like 18 years, which suddenly bloomed this fall. That's kind of what you two are like. Just be patient, you know? Every homely little carrot can still make a nice sauce if you give it time. Alright, do not use those acid bubbles on me. Jump down here. Okay, I'm using the Sprite. Shoot the arrows. That's really good material. You're gonna miss the best ending? The Polish starting strat? Mass baptism? Pretty good. The Elixir of Fortitude? The Elixir of Purity? It's true. Just being a coal miner? Okay, Ice Saber. Let's see it. Boom. Fat chunks of 60. The secret strat of using all of your money you've earned the entire game to constantly have armor means you don't really take damage at this point. The real way to play is to keep your armor at like 0. Just get hit by everything. Where is he? The hit for 0? What the fuck? Hit this guy. There you go. That was easy peasy. That's a good point. Wait. What happened? What just happened? He did the death animation, then I looked away and read chat, and he's back. Does he have 2 heads? Is this a 2-pronger? I take no damage. Just big chunks. Okay, let's give Ice Saber again. That was really good. I don't think it does any extra damage. Oh. Another old school game I would not mind playing. That's like a pretty quick like 2-dayer is Parasite Eve. One of the all-time great like PlayStation 1 atmosphere and music games. It's so good. All-time great soundtrack. Amazing main character. Great dual female dynamic between the antagonist and protagonist. Very, very cool combat battle system. A true classic. Alright, we're doing great. What time is it? 1:17? 2-hour recording? I can play a little more. Yesterday I took my lunch break at like 4 something, and then it was like basically already half dark, and I just like lay down and took a nap, and that was like just it for the day. I had an early dinner and then just like did nothing the entire evening. Where are these double chests coming from? The game's trying to catch me up. Yo. Hey, welcome. Not sure if we know each other. I kind of fell off on Edge Runners. It was pretty sweet. I think I'll just watch Attack on Titan next, as I've been saying. Alright, I'm listening. What's this with the secret ending? Like, who do you have to romance to get the secret ending? Hit this guy. Hit him. Right. Oh, is that how you get like the 84 virgins? Am I doing a boss gauntlet? I love it. This guy again. Oh, wait, I gotta use a fairy walnut. Okay, don't give it to candy, give it to apples. Okay, I think this guy fears gnome, right? Or Sylphid. Okay, let's use Analyze on her. Just to make sure. She's currently falling to the ground from the horns. Okay, so Sylphid, Analyze, I believe it's Gnome. This guy's actually doing damage, which is nice. Here's Sylphid. Alright, we're gonna absolutely spam Sylphid in this guy. 33, 29, 25, 21, 17. It only happens to 4 and 2. See the difference. Does Lightning Blast do twice as much as Air Blast? I think not. 144. Oh my god, I'm stuck here. Little chipmunk. Haven't seen those guys in a while. That does literally less damage than Air Blast and costs twice as much. It's not gonna happen. I love the clarity here of being able to actually know what element to fight a guy with. And then I get to charge up a new glove charge. Oh my god, what's he doing to that guy? I thought he was gonna pick her up. My charge just reset. One cool thing about watching that Kingsfield video last night was how they kind of talked about how some people's argument for why Dark Souls 1 is their favorite one is the exceptionally well-made and interconnected map, which is something that the first Dark Souls did the best of basically any of the Souls-like games. I guess that's true. I haven't played enough of the other ones to know, but there are like a million ways the maps connect, the different regions connect. The beginning of Dark Souls is really confusing, I think. Which way you go, all that stuff. Where's this guy? Hey, lady. What happened to my menu? Why do you like this? She's like never healing. Pardon me, I've been petrified. Okay, let's give him Thunder Saber so we can do something good here. Oh, is he dead? Close, I gotta heal him. Just a solo heal though. Oh my god, that was insane. That was crazy, dude. That's a good question. In terms of like gamer lingo, what's the best way to unlock the best ending in life? It's kind of like Don Corleone. Kind of like Vito Corleone, you know what I mean? Just a big dude who used to look like Marlon Brando, like playing in like a tomato garden with like a grandson, and that's the way you go out on like a beautiful summer day. It's pretty good. That's gotta be one of the best, right? Okay, 2 bosses, not much of a gauntlet.
I'm Lumina. The king has robbed me of my power. He was forcing me to make gold. My power should not be used by anyone but you. Take my powers before evil engulfs us all.
Gained Lumina's powers. Anyone else here? Any like secret chests or anything I missed? No, we're good. Love it. What am I having for lunch today? I got some smoked Arctic char in my fridge. Smoked Arctic char and a bagel with cream cheese. That could be good. I think that's what I'll have. Do I have any sort of delicious preserves or anything to have with it? Just like fruit berry preserves. Having like a chutney or something. Underrated. Like mustard pickles. Those are very good. For something like this, I would have pickled onions. I should make my own pickled onions. You need like sugar, apple cider vinegar, water, some other stuff like that. I would probably pickle shallots. I wouldn't think I'd do... I don't know. I have yellow onions right now and I have shallots. I don't like red onions. There's not enough use for them. Money, it's all mine. Wait, this is it? It doesn't change the dialogue after you take Lumina back? That's so weird. Alright. See you dudes later. I think it's probably lunchtime. 1:25? It's a smart move. Okay, so I'm gonna go southwest. I think this takes me to the right place. Up in the air. What's this? This is Matango? Yeah. What is this? The Elena's castle? I don't know where I am. That's Matango. Can you see the little mushrooms bopping? Here's the desert. That's South Town. That's North Town. Arctic. Gold Isle. That's where I came from. Gotta cross to a different area. Due west. This is the exact same place I was. Oh my god. Wendy's. Why are you asking? Are you setting me up for something? Yeah. You got me. Never. It'll never happen. This is Sky's Navel. Where's this? Potos? No. I'm so lost. Oh my god. Pesnica? This should be it, right? Here we go. Nice. Wait. Where's Sage Jocks? Can you go right to it? Do you have to run to it from the town? You have to run to it from the town, right? This is closer? I think this is closer. Alright, back up we go. These nuts! You know that Snoop Dogg made a D's Nuts joke in like 1991? In Dr. Dre's original The Chronic? This is the first time that Sleep Flower worked. I got more levels and now the sleep works on me better. These Nuts jokes have had incredible longevity. I don't even think that album is that good. The original Chronic is like a harbinger of like what West Coast rap was like, but I don't even think it's that good an album. Besides like a couple of the songs, it's just like too juvenile. I don't know. Whereas Chronic 2001, 8 years later, I think to this day is the best produced rap album ever made. And one of the best produced albums ever made, although that's a whole different category. But the production on Chronic 2001 is like untouchable. Like I don't even think there's a close second. Like I don't even think there's anything else like in the running. But like that consistently good, like audio design and just like overall production on an album. Holy shit, it's good. Every song. A genuine classic. Who's got the whip? She's got it? Perfect. No, not popular? She must be done with the whip by now. Nightbot is wrecking you. Saving my delicate emotional state. Get this guy. Yeah. Okay, what is she doing next? Oh, she's still working the whip. Nice. Alright. Took longer than I thought. Alright, Sage Jock, you motherfucker. What's next? He's probably got one more mission, right? Yeah. Go away, the sage is out. Surprise, surprise, Sage Jock went to the Moon Palace. It floats eerily in the Sea of Wonders at Kakara Desert's End. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so we go to Mana here. Have I saved recently? I think I just saved, right? In Gold Isle? Okay. So I'm going to save in the desert town, and then I'll do that after lunch. You got timed out for 600 seconds? You got a 10-minute timeout? Alright, I'll fix it when I end stream. Nightbot's actually probably like better at managing you than I am. It's like, all right, this person is emotionally volatile. Let's get him a break. It's just perfect. Nightbot's like, no, don't worry. I handle people like you every hour of every day. I know what to do. Let me handle this. When I was a little kid, I couldn't sleep. I was like colicky or like, I don't know, just a cranky or whatever the guy. My mom was a slender, relatively light person, and she had a friend over who was like a corpulent lady named Colleen. And Colleen's like, give him to me, I'll deal with it. And she was like bosomy and corpulent and comfy. And I apparently fell asleep like instantly. My mom's like, So that's what Nightbot's like for you. Alright, where's the end? We got the sick music here now, I love it. Wait, hold on. Is Watts here? I got some orbs. Oh my god, I'm so poor. Is there a Watts in every town all at once? That's really funny. How much does it cost now? 1,600 each? Okay, they're not destroying me like the equipment is. I got 2 axe orbs? We're doing great. Oh, we're actually really behind that kind of stuff lately. It's a banger tune. Alright. One night is that. No, thank you. Save your game. Yes. We're doing great. Alright. So, full screen cam. Do my save state for the millionth time just in case, even though I haven't had no issue. Press again to quit. Alright, I'll be back in like 45 minutes probably. Keep cruising away at this. I think I can probably finish it tomorrow. That's my optimistic outlook. Alright, later.